Today on Retro Sessions, we are going to be talking about one of the most influential video games of all time. It has been on PC, console, mobile. Hell, there's even a board game for it, and it has inspired hundreds of games over the past 2 decades. I'm talking about the classic Doom. On the Super Nintendo? It's Doom! Hey folks, I'm Drew Koslick, and thank you for tuning in to Retro Sessions. I'm here to talk about Doom for the Super Nintendo. Now, if you've never played Doom, you're missing out on one of the best gaming experiences of all time. Seriously, Doom is a classic game, and you need to play it. And if you haven't already, go ahead. I'll wait. Go play Doom. Have you played Doom? Alright, did you play it? I hope you did, because it really is a fantastic game, truly one of the best. It is a inspiration to so many games over the past couple decades. Perhaps you played Call of Duty or any first-person shooter, really. Its origins are based somewhere in this game, Doom, right here. Now, that doesn't mean that this particular version has been the basis. Obviously, Doom started out in the PC. Much better version of the game. So why am I talking about it for the Super Nintendo? Well, this one holds a special place in my heart, as this very copy that I hold in my hands was the first time that I ever played Doom. Now, Doom itself came out in 1993 for the PC, and they developed it for the Super Nintendo just 2 years later. It was a third console release, coming after a 32X and an Atari Jaguar version of the game. And although those two games had better processing power, better graphics, this version ended up being slightly more complete. Had more levels, had all 3 episodes of the game, and had the best music out of the 3, ironically. Now, that's not to say there weren't some shortcomings to this version of the game. There was no blood splatter. When you fired a shotgun, it acted more like a rifle rather than a shotgun, which is part of the game mechanics that they came up with in the original Doom in the first place. Also, the enemies had no backs. That sounds kind of weird, but when you realize that monster fighting was a huge part of the game, it makes a huge difference, and that was an important strategy that was left out. Now, let's crank this baby open. It's Doom. It's in a badass box. Check it out. Super FX chip. Doom logo. Doom guy. Welcome to Doom, soldier. Now shut up and start fighting. Oh, we're not going to read the rest of that. Pop this open and you got a badass cartridge. Look at this. It's red. Red means business. It says Doom. Just in case, Doom. If you weren't sure what game you were pulling out of the library. Red in the back. Red on the front. Looks awesome. I think there's only 2 games that had this red color scheme for the cartridge, which is pretty awesome. This and I think Maximum Carnage. If there's any others, please let me know. Anyhow, check out the manual here. It's all military and stuff. All these different things. It even gives you page numbers in case you need them. Unfortunately, the back of my manual was ripped. I got this from a friend, and I'm not sure what happened to it. Anyway, got weapons. There's even enemies. Oh, look, radiation suits, maps and stuff. And all the enemies are in here somewhere. There they are. Barons of Hell. Cyber Demon. The Cyber Demon's in this game. In some of the console versions, he's not. So this is pretty awesome. And there's Mortal Kombat. That's cool. Just a very, very cool way of presenting things. And, surprisingly, I still have this warranty card. I wonder if that free drawing is still available. Let's just send it in. Win a free video game. That's enough talking from me. Let's fire this baby up. Creepy. Now, Doom doesn't waste any time. We get right into it. No menus, no choices, just fight. Very slowly. This game moves like crap on the Super Nintendo. Let's be completely honest here, folks. I am turning as fast as I can. Well, that's the shoot button. There is a run button. It doesn't do much. Look how fast I move. That's normal. Let's try running. It's faster, but not that much. But I can go sidestep to the left or sidestep to the right. That's called strafing. And there's some cool stuff up here. Some armor. At the moment, just have my fist and a gun. That's it. And the ability to grunt on command. That's because I can open up doors. I can shoot things. And I'm going to shoot them very slowly. Now, I'm a completionist when I normally play this game. I go through everything. I try to get every single secret. But I want to give you guys a sample of what the Super Nintendo version is, just in case you're interested in picking up a copy, which I have a hard time recommending on a serious level. If you love Doom and you want to get them all, that's different. And if you are a completionist or a collector, I think this is probably a fairly collectible game. But if you're looking for a good copy of Doom to play, I don't really know that this is it. It is clunky. It is slow. Sometimes you can't even see the enemies. I mean, what is that? Well, he's going to shoot at me. Oh, crap. There's a guy. Ah! There's a guy up there, too. I would try to get out of the way, except I can't. It's because I am the slowest Doom guy ever. Here's the secret. Well, somewhere's over here. There we are. Pick up some health packs, pick up some shotguns, shells. Usually there's a rocket launcher in there too in some versions of the game. I'm using the direction pad here. One of the things you'll notice too, if I'm shooting an enemy that's above me, it does not matter where they're positioned. You just point and you shoot, and the game will adjust for you. Now, that's a blessing and a curse. There's a barrel. If there was somebody next to that, they would go exploding. I'm frequently getting stuck on things. Alright. Well, I'm going to move on to the next level. There is a shotgun that I'm missing here, but that's okay. And look at all those secrets I did not get. Very professional. Now this level is the second level of the game, E1M2, as they lovingly give these titles. Episode 1, Map 2. There are a number of episodes in Doom. The traditional version of Doom has 3 episodes total. And I'll show you them now. Oh, well. There we are. So you have different difficulties. Easy, all the way up to hard. Nightmare being the hardest, of course. Now, the thing that's interesting with this version of Doom is you'll notice right now there's only 1 episode that's available to me on these easier difficulties. If I go to average difficulty, now I get 2 choices. The Shores of Hell, Episode 2, or Knee Deep in the Dead, Episode 1. If I want to go to Inferno, I got to go all the way up to Ultraviolence, which is the second from the top as far as difficulties go. And Nightmare is just brutal. We'll fire up the Shores of Hell real quick just to show you a little bit of that. I used to play this version all the time. Now, I can't see them, but there's a whole bunch of enemies down there. I don't know if it's just the brightness on my TV or the actual game itself. I suspect it's a little of both. Kill those dudes. One thing I do like about this version of Doom is the sidestep is pretty helpful. It's supposed to be like a circle strafe, but the thing is when you're strafing with the character, it does not allow you to turn at the same time, which is one of the core mechanics of Doom. So I'm literally going left and right, but I cannot do any kind of turning with it, which is a bit of a disappointment. Gotta get through that, get some health. And as I mentioned before, too, another thing that we're missing out on is the ability for enemies to fight each other. You'll notice that this guy, he's got no back. Ow. And that's a huge problem. If another enemy shoots somebody in the back or in the front, they'll turn and they'll fight each other. That does not happen here. It's very disappointing. The shotgun operates more like a rifle. The shotgun is one of those weapons that really is supposed to have a bit of a spread to it, depending on how far or how close you are. And in this version, it doesn't. Oh, I am in a bad place. Look at all that blood coming out of my nose. Doom guy is getting messed up. Open the door. I don't know if I really call it a secret when there's a switch on both sides, but there we got it. Alright. Give me my shotgun. Let's go get something cool. Let's go get the plasma rifle. Oh, jeez. Ah! It's a cacodemon. Look how angry he is. Those guys should be fighting each other right now. Oh! Well, I'm dead. Let's play a little bit of Inferno. So those guys should be fighting each other, but they're not. As should those cacodemons. I guarantee you this is not going to end well. Let's try it again. I used to be so good at this version of the game, and I have not played it, no joke, in probably 15 years. This is the first time that I've fired this version of the game up in a very, very long time. And it probably shows. Ah! I'm gonna punch you. That didn't work out very well, did it? See, in the PC version of the game, I would run in, or would open that door. I would get these guys to fight each other, and I would sit back, and I wouldn't fire a single bullet until there was one left standing. And that just doesn't work out here. Ah, crap. Ah. Ow, how did that even hit me? Oh, jeez. I mean, it's just not fair to have me try to face these guys with just a pistol this early on. I'm shooting you right in the eye. Right in the eye. In the eye. What? Well, there you have it, folks. That's Doom for the Super Nintendo. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It is not the best version of the game by any stretch of the imagination, and as much as I like my Super Nintendo, this is one of those games they probably should never have made for it. It is clunky, it is slow, it is lacking a ton of features that make Doom great, and even though it is pretty fleshed out in comparison to a lot of the earlier console versions of the game, it's still lacking in a lot of ways. If you must play Doom on a console, start with the PlayStation 1 version and work your way up from there. It's been re-released on the Xbox 360 as well as its sequel Doom 2, and you can play it on just about any system. But if you want the pure experience, go with Doom on the PC. It is going to be the best version you can get, and there's a lot of mod support out there too, which gives the game a ton of new life. I'm going to call it quits from there, folks. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Retro Sessions. If you like what I'm doing, please leave a comment down in the notes below. If you'd like to see more of Doom on the Super Nintendo, you can also tell me that too. Leave a comment about that. I've only shown you about 3 levels. There's a lot more to go, and if it's something you guys are really interested in, maybe I'll take some time to do a little bit of extra footage for that game. Also, follow me on Twitter at retro_sessions. Follow me on Instagram at retrosessions, no underscore. And thank you so much for everything. Really appreciate it, folks. I'll see you next time.